It's cool to go back to those games that were so brutally hard as a kid where I couldn't even beat the first level and then learn how to absolutely destroy the games. It took me a very, very long time to even be able to beat Super Mario Brothers, for instance, and now I have the record in it. You may know me as Darby and on Twitch. My name is Brad, and I'm the world record holder in Super Mario Brothers.
So the goal of speedrunning is what?
The goal of speedrunning is to go fast. It took me 6,607 tries to set the record. I can feel my heart going kind of crazy in my chest. I get a little uncomfortable. I might notice my hands sweating more. I'll get antsy. I'll hit a button too early or too late, or I'll try to play too perfectly because I say, I may never get another opportunity like this. I better not blow it. Let's go all out. I think you need to be a very patient person to speedrun. As you come closer and closer to reaching the goal, like you get later and later in the particular run, these thoughts start going through your head. Could this be it? I hope I don't screw this up. The neat thing about speedrunning is that the expected outcome is failure. And the better you get at it, the more you fail. That was the game.
You just beat the game.
Yeah. That's like 30 seconds off of the record.
The Mortal Kombat games are some of the most iconic of all time.
Round 1, fight!
And when you're winning, nothing is sweeter than hearing these two words.
Finish him!
But what man could be so evil
Fatality.
to channel such a demonic voice?
Feel the power of Shao Kahn.
You are nothing.
My name is Steve Ritchie, and I'm a pinball and video game designer.
In the early 90s, Steve was making pinball machines in the very same building a couple of guys were developing the second Mortal Kombat game.
Upstairs with pinball, downstairs video development.
Steve did the voices for a bunch of pinball machines he'd designed.
Most of the time I do bad guys, and this is the voice that I have. And it can be, I am the Black Knight. And for AC/DC, a devil. I'm on the highway to hell.
So, when the Mortal Kombat creator needed a new voice for the announcer, he knew right where to go and pulled Steve into the recording booth.
And he started telling me, say it like this. Fatality. He would say, no, more breathy, lower. Fatality. Flawless victory. That little R had to be rolled slightly, okay? Round 1, fight.
Oh, that was it?
Well, you have to add the effects, you know, so a lower pitch.
Finish him.
Whoa, cool, okay.
Johnny Cage wins.
Mortal Kombat has spawned a dozen video games, comic books, TV shows, and a film franchise featuring this awesome techno song. But Steve's contribution to Mortal Kombat isn't what he's known for. It's pinball. Because Steve, he's made a lot of pinball machines.
I've created more pinball machines than anyone else in pinball history.
But whether he's a voice in a video game or designing a pinball machine, the thing Steve loves most, well, we'll let him tell you.
I like to put the player in a spot of an adversarial relationship, a battle. You're beating the ball, smashing it into things. To experience Mortal Kombat, you know it's a video game, but when he says something, it's like, round 1, fight. It's just like, he's scary, and you are battling this guy.
Hey, Steve, finish him. Just kidding, you should do it, Steve.
Finish him.
That's sort of a quiet one.
All the machines in this arcade are homemade. There's something magical about all this. As a child, I found that making things that made people laugh was satisfying and seemed more point in doing that than making useful machines.
Take that.
I'm Tim Hunkin and I'm a cartoonist and engineer. I have two arcades, one on the coast on a pier and this one in central London called Novelty Automation. In total, I suppose I made about 50 machines. Not many people have that as their ambition in life, but yeah, it suits me. This is pet or meat. You spin the wheel and you find if the lamb ends up sitting with you on the sofa or being carved for dinner. It was a hobby that got out of control. This is auto frisk. You stand in front here, the gloves inflate, and then they pat you down. Britain's got a great history of satire, and I suppose I'm not really particularly political myself, but I think it's healthy for little people to poke fun at the rich and powerful. You fly this little drone round this Beverly Hills mansion and see all the stars inside, and you're paparazzi. You have to try and take the photos to fill up the cover of the magazine.
You're all under arrest.
I get my ideas from lots of places. It's partly things happening in my life, partly things happening in the news, and partly from old arcade machines and mechanisms. This is Test Your Nerve. You have to put your hand inside the cage with the mad dog for as long as you dare. To do something like this, you have to enjoy the process of making things. I spend most of my life solving conventional engineering problems rather than thinking up the jokes. This is the chiropodist. You have to take off your shoe for this one. You put your foot in the treatment bay down the bottom, and it feels really weird. Seeing people enjoying using the machines keeps me at it, and also because they take money, it provides the income to let me keep at it. So to me it's a pretty perfect system. It sure beats working.
Good morning, sir.
I've never planned my career or anything about my life. It's just occasionally a sort of opportunity comes up and then I go for it.
It was the game that coined a dozen catchphrases and made over $1 billion in quarters. But NBA Jam almost never saw the light of day.
Oh my! He's on fire!
This is NBA Jam game designer Mark Turmel.
So we put together a demo, a videotape, VHS. We sent it to the NBA and said, hey, we're making this cool game. And they immediately shut it down and said, no, we don't want the NBA logo in the arcades. So once we got rejected, we made a videotape of nice family entertainment centers. And we sent that back to them and said, look, you know, your logo can be here. So they relented and provided the license. When we put it in the arcade for the very first time, there were no stats that differentiated the players. Everybody assumed that Shaq was a bad three-point shooter or Stockton could steal the ball. So we realized pretty quickly that we had to, up our game to match the real world.
No good!
Well, if it's just looking at pure attributes, I happen to be the best player in the game.
Showtime!
When you actually put in my secret character, it just shows question marks for the stats. But they're all 10s or 9s.
Take back from the outside! Count it!
I'm pretty good at NBA Jam.
To test the claim, we had Mark hack into the machine
There we go.
and turn on cheat codes.
All right, now we're talking.
Usually when somebody finds out that I've made NBA Jam, they say, I spent so much money on that NBA Jam, or I flunked a class in college because of NBA Jam. Well, I look at the game now, I wish it were smoother, but it was the technology at the time.
Razzle dazzle!
The game still holds up today.
It's me, Mario! It's a me, Mario! Woohoo! Let's go! Okie dokie! I've been the voice of Mario for 26 years.
Now moving on to Luigi.
Now moving on to Louis. Oh. Hi, I'm Charles Martinet. I do the voice of Super Mario. Here we go! Woohoo! And Luigi too. Luigi number 1. Ha ha! And Wario, have a rotten day. Yahoo! You gonna eat that garlic? And I was even Donkey Kong at one point. I am an actor and voice actor. I did, 25 years of theater.
Run along to your party!
Corporate videos.
Circuitry and semiconductor processes.
A few film and television products.
Now beat it, all of you. Now!
And then I had the marvelous beginning of becoming a voice actor, and that's how I started with It's me, Mario. Mario was first created in 1981 in a game called Donkey Kong. As it got refined through the years, it became Mario and Princess Peach. Ah, the princess. And I came along in 1990. I actually crashed an audition because I was catching them as I walked in, they were walking out, finished for the day. I said, can I read for this? And the guy looked at his watch and he goes, all right, come on in. You're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn, a character in a video game for Nintendo called Mario. So make up a voice, make up a video game, start talking. And I thought to myself, video game? I don't know anything about video games. And all of a sudden I hear action. I go, hello, I'm a Mario. Let's make a pizza pie together. You go get some sausage. I'm gonna get some spaghetti. We put spaghetti in the sausage and the pizza. And he said, cut, stop talking. There's no more tape. All right, thanks, we'll be in touch. And I thought that was, okay, there's the door, we'll see you later. And he calls Nintendo, I found a Mario, I got him. And that was 26 amazing, fantastic years ago. Hello. Hello. Whoopee! Oh, look at this world. The character, for me, brings out the best in me, and so I love that. Bing, bing, bing. I love sharing things, too. I go to meet Mario fans, and I hear the most wonderful thing, you're the voice of my childhood. Or I used to play with my dad, now I'm playing with my kids, and it's a way our family comes together. Yeah. Pretty good. This brings back the memories. Mamma mia. You just have fun, That's my mantra for life. Come on, let's go. Let's have more fun. Bye-bye. See you in my games. Woohoo!